Hey guys, what's going on? What's Omar Millen back again, and today I'm bringing you a fun Shadow Scizor team in the Love Cup. Love Cup is around for 2 weeks, so you got to find a team that you like or play the Ultra League, which honestly, Ultra League isn't too bad. Maybe I'll upload something on that. But my team right now is Miltank on the lead, Shadow Scizor, and Clefable in the back. It's a pretty nice combo. It's ABB style. Basically, Clefable is there to bait out anything that is fire, because obviously Scizor cannot deal with the fire in the slightest bit. And Clefable, while still it's not great into fires, it is so spammy with Swift, which is a pretty good move now, that it honestly is not terrible, and you can usually soft lose a lot of these fire matchups, and Miltank will just easily farm them down with rollout, which is usually super effective. So it's a pretty fun team overall. This season's been a little bit tough for me. I started out super hot, got on the leaderboards. I was almost expert at the very beginning, one of the first people to hit expert, and since then I just have not done super well. Actually, that's not completely true. There was that limited cup before, I think it was the Color Cup, which I almost hit legend in that cup. I didn't play one of the weeks, and then the next week I climbed up to into the 2900s. I tried to use kind of a suboptimal team because I wanted to reach legend with some fun Pokemon. I should have just stuck to my guns and maybe I could have hit it. But since then, I've just been struggling in the Open Great League. I don't know why. I've gotten up to back in the 2800s and then I fall down. Right now, I'm slightly below 2600 after, having a pretty unfortunate day today. I had an 05 set, not with this team, but it is what it is. I'll try to hit legend, but I just have not done well since that initial surge, basically, even though I've played more Open Great League than I've ever played before. So we'll see how it goes down. This team's pretty nice. You can see that they switch in Scrafty, and obviously Clefable just completely destroys Scrafty. Clefable's a fun Pokemon and pretty strong in the meta. I think there are quite a few fighters, specifically Medicham and Scrafty, as we just saw. You just have to be very careful about Galarian Slowbro, which completely, destroys you with poison jabs, which is one of the Pokemon that Scizor can handle quite nicely, because it, tanks all those poison jabs and stuff, and then Night Slash is super effective. One thing to note is that I'm running Night Slash X Scizor on Scizor, even though I think Trailblaze is actually better as a second move, because it allows you to just ramp up and do more and more fast move damage against a lot of these bulkier rollout users that just kind of stick around for a long time. So, you probably want to run Trailblaze at the end of the day, but X Scizor seemed to do the job pretty nicely for me. And I think as time goes on, I'm seeing more and more Solrock, and I think that Scizor just becomes a better and better pick. The one Pokemon that I really want to use, but unfortunately I'm just so low on Stardust that I can't build it, is, I think it's Krokorok or whatever. Basically, I don't have a Sandile that's low enough CP to evolve it into Crocodile, I think is the name of the third evolution, that can get Mudslap. Basically, it's the only Pokemon that can get Mudslap in this meta, besides the second evolution, which is kind of a poor man's version. The problem is the second evolution needs to be excelled in order to use it, and so I'm just so low on Stardust that I'm gonna have to build like a 15, 14 that's lucky, and I still don't have enough Stardust to build it to level, I think, like 45 or something. But once I get it, I'm gonna be running that and hopefully cheesing my way all the way to a pretty nice legend push. I'm hopefully gonna climb a bit, because Open Great League, ever since I think the turning point for me in the Open Great League, when I was going from like leaderboard to essentially not doing that great, is when they released not Alolan, but Shadow Kanto Marowak and Shadow Drapion to the masses. I swear I see those every game, and I just cannot stand for the life of me the Marowak. Drapion is annoying and needs to be nerfed, but it's not as frustrating as the Marowak. And this is coming from someone who didn't have either of them before the leaders had them. I had neither of those built, so it's not like I was trying to gatekeep it or anything like that. But, it's just a real frustrating thing to get smacked up by those Pokemon over and over again. I feel like every single team has one of them basically, and they're just a little too strong. In terms of what I want to see for the Open Great League next season, it'd be great if they nerfed both Mud Slap and Poison Sting. I think if you nerf both of those, the meta's in a pretty good shape, but you do have to nerf Morpeko, which is pretty easy because you can just nerf Aura Wheel, and I think you're in pretty good shape. But you know, those Pokemon are just way, way too strong. Shadow Drapion is such an annoying safe swap, and Shadow Kanto Marowak is just oppressive. Like, it has so much fast move damage, and Bone Club is quite strong that it, like, basically beats a lot of the water types that it should steamroll, or that should steamroll it. Like, for example, in the 2-Shield, it beats Feraligatr, which is just absurd. And so, you know, I want to see the end of those Pokemon, but every season there's always going to be stuff that's a little unbalanced. It's just that now that these Pokemon are super available, it just has been a little frustrating, I would say. Here my opponent makes a nice catch onto a Galarian Slowking, which is a pretty spicy pick, but honestly Galarian Slowbro is just so much better. You need the fast move pressure in this cup, and this is the power of Clefable. It just takes 4 Swifts, or 4 Fairy Winds to get to Swift, so you can just spam basically anything and you're in good shape. You just have to farm up 4, throw on good timing, and it's just going to keep spamming until eventually you can just swap out into another Pokemon. I swap out into Miltank, which is fine because I know they're going to swap back Scrafty, which means that I can get my Clefable aligned on Scrafty again, and that's, you know, very, very nice. Additionally, Miltank is just very, very fun. I really like this Pokemon. Funnily enough, this is, I'm just scatterbrained as can be, but funnily enough, I got the rank 1 Miltank on my daily incense yesterday, and so I have been using a bit of daily incense, or excuse me, a bit of Miltank now that I have the rank 1. I actually have the rank 1 Medicham as well, and so I've been using a little bit of those, but I haven't been super successful in the Color Cup. It's kind of like I'll go 5-0 one set and then 0-5 the next set. I just, you know, haven't found something that I think I can hit Legend with. Here you can see this is the danger of swapping in Scizor. I get punished with a Talonflame, which just, you know, completely destroys me. But at least the Talonflame is cleared up for my Clefable in the back, and so hopefully Clefable has play into whatever they're using. They decide to not throw the Brave Bird. Maybe they had Flame Charge, I don't know, but it allows me to fully farm down with my good friend Miltank, and Miltank's energy is pretty useful. You can see they have a Medicham, which Medicham's great, you know. Clefable just does very nicely into it. They actually throw a Dynamic Punch, and they have an Ariados in the back. I don't know if I end up winning this, but Clefable is a really, really fun mon. You can see here, this is what I'm talking about, where Clefable just is so spammy that it causes a lot of problems. I have no idea why they're not shielding, because they can just lunge me. Oh, I see now. They don't have lunge. They have Cross Poison, that's why. And I catch one onto my Miltank. I don't really mind that they swap in Medicham. That's a-okay with me. They end up shielding, which is, I don't know what they're cooking right there, which allows me to get off a Thunderbolt, and this is starting to look a little bit more possible, although still probably, yeah, I don't see how I can possibly win this. But you never know. Maybe if I get a full farm down. Nope, okay. Yeah, they still have a shield, so this is one that I wasn't able to pull out, and you can see that the Ariados in the back, I don't have enough health to get off my moves. Macargo in the front, that's a great lead. Do not want to see that in the back at all. So, you know, even though it's not actually a good lead, it's, you know, a lead I will take because I'm going to get smacked up. Or my back line would get completely destroyed by it. So you can see here, I'm not doing too poorly. And I'm able to get off the Thunderbolt before they can get anything off. I'm going to throw that. They actually survive it and get off a move, but I don't really care. I've dealt with, hopefully, their biggest check to my backline, and now I've got Clefable and Scizor. Then they go into a Talonflame, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But this is what I'm talking about, where Clefable has more play into the fires than you might think. They end up shielding that, which I have no idea why they would do that, but maybe they, you know, sense that they need to keep this Talonflame around for my Scizor in the back. I have no idea what they're cooking, but you can see here I'm going to get off another Swift, but I'm in pretty good shape because now I'm at a point where my Scizor can basically farm them down. I'm going to shield because Scizor, as you saw before, gets 3-shot by Talonflame Incinerate. So even letting them get 1 Incinerate is deadly, and I end up not doing too poorly because they shield it. And I know that I can just farm down with my Scizor, and they have a nice Wigglytuff in the back that my bullet punches completely destroy. Here I make a little bit of a mistake. I don't know why I did not throw, but luckily it could only be a Swift, and so I'm still in good shape. I'll just throw this Scizor, get rid of it, and I can farm down the Talonflame. That is 1 hit point. So, nice win there. Great lead. I've got their fire in the front. It's a Talonflame, which means that Miltank does quite well into it. I'm just going to get a little bit more energy because I imagine they're going to come back in with Talonflame. Actually, no, that was a bit of a misplay. I should have thrown to guarantee switch, albeit Clefable is, you know, probably going to be pretty decent at getting switch. Get them on the bait. They thought it was a Moonblast. It was not. I'm going to shield this, I'm assuming. Yep, it's a Thunderbolt, so I'm doing quite well for myself here. Now I just have to throw a straight Moonblast. Let's see if they shield again. I would imagine they don't. They do! Okay. Well, now I just have to... I don't know if I win this. I think it might reach multiple body slams before I can get off my, my stuff. I don't know. Oh, that does actually... Oh, so close. Jeez. But what I think I'm gonna do is, this is an insane play. Okay, I'm not gonna, you know, boast too much, but this is a crazy play. I come in with Scizor. I know they're gonna go in Talonflame because they're gonna throw an Incinerate to get something off, and then I farm on my Miltank. I know they have no shields left, and I can reach a Thunderbolt, and that almost KOs them. And so now they're within range of my Scizor, and I'm in good shape now. So that was actually, you know, I found the win con. I'm very proud of that play, as you can tell. That one went quite well, and so I get off. I basically get the Talonflame into range where my Scizor can deal with it. So if you're still watching at 12 minutes, that was my beast play. Swap in my Scizor, farm it down, and then Talonflame just gets farmed down before it can do anything. Another great lead. Miltank has, I think it has a better attack stat than Licky. I always feel like I do more damage with my body slams and my rollouts. So, you know, it has that nice farm down potential on these squishy Pokemon that are weak to rollouts, because you can always body slam. That's always a bit threatening, and the rollouts will add up over time. You can see here they incorrectly don't shield my my Moonblast, excuse me, and I get a shield. I'm just gonna let it go because both my Pokemon in the back are strong into Ariados. I'm assuming they really want to avoid having Ariados aligned on my rollout user, but they go into Skeledirge, which to me is a little bit like, huh? What? You know, that's still not good for Miltank, or not good for Skeledirge. Miltank eats it up because it's rolled out. Rollouts do a lot, and then I throw a body slam. Honestly, probably didn't need to do that, but I think I'm still in good shape. Ariados is completely walled. Basically, the big thing I can't do is, I don't think I needed to shield that. That seems like a bit of a misplay here, but it doesn't matter. I can just get to multiple Night Slashes, which a Night Slash will KO, so it is what it is. They throw immediately as they have to, and I just shield, and now I have another Night Slash. This will easily knock out Skeledirge, as it's super effective, so really nice one there. And Scizor takes home another W. Bad lead. I've got a Scrafty on the lead. I'm not going to swap into my Clefable right away, but they actually switch catch and get a rollout through, which is horrible. The good thing is that this allows me to really farm down their Licky quite well. I get a ton of damage. I don't know if I should have shielded that. I feel like I actually could have gone through but it allows me to actually flip switch, and now I just have to deal with our good friend Scrafty with my Clefable, which obviously does super well into, or my Clefable does well into it, and they actually shield the Night Slash because they miscounted, so I'm in the driver's seat 100%, especially after flipping that switch. So let me know what you guys think of the game. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. It's been your boy Watomar Melon, and we'll let this game finish out, but you can see that I'm in the driver's seat. My voice is cracking because this has been 15 minutes, but basically, you know, the Swift spam is just too much for them to handle, and I have a full Miltank. Even though they have a shield left, it doesn't really matter. I have 3 Swifts and then a Miltank, so I'm in good shape. It's been your boy Watomar Melon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the next one. Peace out.